News right now, a bombshell dropped in a high-profile murder case. The Harris County District Attorney's Office is dismissing charges against a man accused of killing a child as he walked home from school. I'm Lauren Freeman.
I'm Bill Maessa. Thank you for joining us. We've been following this case for more than a year now. This is the second time that investigators have been forced to release somebody that they had in custody.
Tonight we have team coverage starting with how Josue's neighborhood and family are dealing with today's news.
Our Jonathan Martinez joins us live from that neighborhood tonight. Jonathan, terrible news for those folks there.
Yeah, it really is, at least for the family and this community out here. That announcement earlier today stunning not only this community, but also little Josue's family. In fact, we spoke to them just a short time ago. They tell us they are still in disbelief and in shock. 1 year later, a memorial still stands where little Josue Flores was murdered. If you'll remember, investigators say 11-year-old Josue was stabbed some 20 times while he was walking home from Marshall Middle School back in May of 2016. And developing today, prosecutors said DNA evidence made it impossible to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that 27-year-old Andre Jackson, who was charged with murder in connection to the stabbing, is responsible for the crime. However, they say Jackson is still a suspect in the case. The DA's office says they talked to the Flores family early this morning, and while they are disappointed about the latest development, they also agreed enough evidence should be gathered to ensure a conviction for whoever is responsible. Sadly, as you mentioned, this is the second time and a second person who was arrested for little Josue's murder and later released. That happening just today as Andre Jackson, who investigators say was seen on surveillance video running from the scene, will soon be released from jail after the recent results of DNA evidence. Little Josue's family talking to us just moments ago.
It's a shock, but nothing will bring back my little brother, no matter what I feel. So I just try and have a positive thought and try and look out for others and help others as much as I can.
And the family says that they still have faith in the system. They are asking everyone in the community just to have to pay patience, that is, and to stay positive. As we mentioned before, Jackson is still a suspect in this case. We should also mention that a community meeting will be taking place in just the next 15 or 20 minutes. We will be there and bring that for you tonight at 6. For now, we are reporting live. I'm Jonathan Martinez, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Our hearts go out to that family, Jonathan. Thank you. We continue our team coverage now with Channel 2's Sion Rhodes. She was live at today's news conference with more on why these charges were dismissed. Sion?
Well, prosecutors said after waiting for a year for DNA test results from several different labs, the results came back and they simply did not give them the evidence they needed to prove this case in court. It was a stunning announcement.
We are dismissing the indictment against Andre Jackson, who had been charged in the murder of Jose Flores.
Charges dropped against the second man to be arrested for killing the 11-year-old boy as he walked home from school.
We are not saying that Andre Jackson is innocent and is excluded as a suspect. We're just saying at this point, if we tried this case to a jury, we don't feel that we could secure a conviction.
The decision coming one day after the DA's office received long-awaited DNA results, results that were inconclusive and in some cases excluded Jackson as a suspect.
Mr. Jackson's DNA is on his clothing, but none of Josue's DNA was on his clothing. Vice versa, on Josue's clothing, there was no DNA evidence of Mr. Jackson. So that's what happens. There's no match.
Jackson will be released from the Harris County Jail this evening. His defense attorney says this is the outcome he expected.
I was not surprised since about November of last year. My office and myself, we were convinced that Mr. Jackson could not have committed this offense.
Now, Jackson was homeless. He was arrested at the Salvation Army. I asked his defense attorney what his client's plans for once he would be released. He says he did not know, but that he does have family out of state that really wants to see him. We are live downtown. Sion Rhodes, KPRC, Channel 2 News.